Hey guys, what's going on? It's CruZzAve here and I welcome each and every one of you to our first FIFA 19 video on the channel, and it's about one of the hottest new features in FIFA 19 about the dynamic tactics.
I am Pep Guardiola and this is FIFA 19 Tactics.
We were at the Gamescom in Cologne and had the opportunity not only to play the game but also to capture some first material, and we already have 2 gameplay videos up on our German channel. If you're interested in that, then I linked them in the description for you guys. But we decided that we not only want to provide gameplay videos but also some helpful information about the new features. So here we are today. The first video will be about dynamic tactics, as I already said, but there will be more, probably about the time finishing, about quick tactics and the active touch system as well. So if you don't want to miss those videos, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the content. That will help us out massively. So if you didn't already know, the new dynamic tactics will replace the custom tactics as we know them from past FIFA titles. And they will provide you with new options to customize your tactical system on the pitch, and also you have the option now to change up things during the game without having to go to the pause menu. In FIFA 19 you can set up 5 different game plans before the match even starts and then change between them quickly in game by using the control pad. So let's take a look on the new menu with the quick tactics. Here we are in kickoff mode, but of course in Ultimate Team and everywhere else you will have the new feature dynamic tactics as well. So then you just move over to tactics and you get into this menu. As you can already see with L2 in the top left corner, you can edit your different game plans, and here you also have the brand new dynamic tactics board, which will show you exactly for each and every value or different game style what is happening with your players on the pitch, so you can make sure that you understand exactly in detail how these new game styles and these new adjustments work on the pitch. As your first option you have your defensive style, so you can decide individually how you want your team to defend. The first option is balanced, so just a balanced defending style, not too much pressing but not going back into your own half too deep. Then we have the pressure on heavy touch. So for this option your team is waiting for the opponent to make a bad touch or to play a bad pass, and then your players recognize the situation and will start to do a pressing and try to get the ball from the opponent. Next up we have the option press after possession loss. So as the name already suggests, your team after possession loss will heavily attack the opponent and try to get the ball back. So kind of as Guardiola did it with Bayern Munich back in the day in real life football, your players will initiate a gegenpressing, so to say, after possession loss and attack the ball holder and try to get the ball back as soon as possible. Then we have the constant pressure, which is the most aggressive defensive style. Your players will attack the opponent no matter what. They will try to press in every single game situation and always attack the ball holder with a few players. Last but not least we have the drop back style, which is kind of the new park the bus in FIFA 19. Your players are behaving very defensive, cutting passing lanes first and trying to sit deep in your own half so that there's no space for the opponent to do any sort of combinations. Alongside with the style you have 2 other options to decide how you want your defense to look like. The first one is the width, so you can decide how wide you want your team to stand. If you turn the value down, then your team will be more compact in the center of the pitch. If you turn the value up, then your team will be wider and cover the wings more. And the other one is the depth, so you can decide how deep you want your team to stand, especially of course your back 4, you decide how far they're up on the pitch. Again, if you turn the value lower, then your team will stand deeper on the pitch, more towards your own goal, and if you increase the value, your team will stand forward on the pitch up to the halfway line. For the defensive styles, of course, drop back is the most passive one. Your team is located very deep on the pitch, your players are not attacking the ball holder and you are just focusing on having a compact defensive line. Next up we have the balanced option, where of course you can do a pressing by yourself by intelligent player switching, etc. but there's no particular support by the AI to improve your pressing. Then we have the lightest pressing option, which is pressure on heavy touch, where your players are not really pressing the opponent unless there is a bad touch or a bad pass and the opponent is kind of bringing himself into a bad situation already, then your players will recognize the opportunity and behave more aggressive towards the ball. Press after possession loss is the next step where your players are quite aggressive after losing the ball, so the opponent is always facing a pressing after getting the ball from you, so he never really has the comfort of an untouched build-up play. And of course, the most extreme option is the constant pressure, and this style already causes some discussion between the players who already played FIFA 19, because it's very difficult sometimes in build-up play to get out of situations when your opponent is playing constant pressure. So this feature could be kind of overpowered if EA doesn't balance it right. It does take a lot of stamina from your players, but the question is still, will it be balanced, or can you play a full half of constant pressure and then drop back maybe, or something like that? It will be interesting to see, but I think there's still some balancing to do with this constant pressure option. Moving on to the offensive styles, here we have first up, of course, the balanced option for the offense as well, where your players will try to do a quite normal build up with a few short passes and then moving to the opponent's half to get the ball forward and maybe try to create a chance, but nothing crazy for this style. Next up we have the long ball style. As the name already says, your players will go for those long balls into the last third. They will try to get behind the defensive line, make a lot of runs so that you can play over the midfield and directly get the ball to your striker. Fast build-up is another option in FIFA 19, where your players, after getting ball possession, will make quick runs into the opponent's half and try to move forward with quick 1-2 passes and just don't lose any time when counter-attacking. And of course, the possession style can't be missing. Obviously, with this offensive style, your players will focus on keeping the ball coming short so that you always will have a good passing option and not lose the ball, and then as a team move forward and try to create your chances this way. Again, you can decide how wide you want your team to stay. If you turn the value down, your team will be more compact and you will attack most likely through the center of the pitch. If you increase the value, your team will be wider on the pitch, so naturally you will focus on attacks over the wings more. Also, you can now decide how many players you want in the box when you reach the last third. So for example, if you break through over the wing, you can say, alright, if that happens, I want all my players to position in the box for a header. Or you can focus more on passing the ball to the area 16 to 25 meters in front of the box and then go for a passing combination and not have so many players in the box already. A low value will mean less players in the box. The higher you put it, the more players will be in that area. And finally guys, you can now decide how many players you want in the box when you have a corner kick and a free kick. I mean, come on, how many of you were raging as well when it's 90th minute, you're leading by 1 goal and you have a corner or you have a free kick in your own half and all your players are up the pitch in the box and you're like, come on guys, I just want a short pass. Then you play a short pass and you're directly under pressure. So now you can finally decide how many players you want there. If you're leading by a goal and you have your defensive game plan, then you can say, all right, I just want 1 or 2 players there. And if you still have to score 1 or 2 goals, you can customize your offensive or ultra offensive game plan so that you have as many players as possible in this dangerous area. For the offensive game styles, our experience was that the fast build-up is very tough to play, because as soon as you intercept the ball, even your wingbacks are making runs up the pitch and you can easily lose the ball back to the opponent and then he can do a counter-attack, especially if he's playing constant pressure or something like that. It can be tough to get out of the situations when all your players are just making crazy runs. So fast build-up, not so balanced yet it seems, or at least very hard to play. In general, you can say that you feel the different options on the pitch, especially the game styles and of course also the other options, and that's a good thing in general, that you feel the difference between, let's say, drop back and constant pressure. I think that's a good thing. Obviously, since these dynamic tactics replace the custom tactics, we have to see which different combinations are there, what you can actually tell your players to do. For example, in offense, there's no passing value, no shooting value, no crossing value anymore. You have different values now, and yeah, it will be interesting to see which combinations work and what different options are there. I think in general it's a step forward, because you can now see exactly what every value does on the pitch, and especially some of the options like the defensive styles, for example, are very heavy on the pitch. You can feel them very intensively, and yeah, that's in my opinion a very good new feature in FIFA 19. So let's take a look on how you can customize your different game plans. As I already said, with L2 in the tactics menu, you can select a game plan. Right now we have the balanced game plan, so obviously we can choose from the other four now: ultra defensive, defensive, attacking and ultra attacking. And for every one of those game plans you can now customize your tactic as you want. If we still have to score 1 or 2 goals, for example, we can choose the ultra attacking game plan for that one and customize it. Obviously we need a 3 at the back formation to put as much pressure on the opponent as possible, and then you can decide what game style you want. Obviously constant pressure would be a good one. You can say, alright, I want to be very wide on the pitch to press the opponent on the wings. You can decide how many players should be in the box for corners and free kicks. You can customize this whole plan so that you will be able to get those 1 or 2 goals back in the matter of 10 or 15 minutes if you play it right. I hope these information were useful for you guys. Let us know your opinion about the new dynamic tactics in the comments down below. We're very interested to hear what you think about this new feature. And again, if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss any other FIFA 19 videos, we have a lot to come, guys, I can promise you that. Then leave a subscription and turn on the bell so that you will get a notification every time a new video is released. I will see you then. Much love, guys. Peace.